alerts. App 85 northbound approaching Highway 211 near Chateau Elan. Doug Turnbull.
Checking on those that have Triple T traffic continuing every 6 minutes with Mark Arum. I'm Doug Turnbull on 95.5 WSB Atlantis News and Talk.
Mark Arum on a Tuesday. So I wake up this afternoon. I sleep in shifts, by the way, since I do the morning news with Scott Slade and on Channel 2 Action News. So I sleep in shifts. And this afternoon I woke up, I don't know, 3:55. Let's say I woke up this afternoon. And I go outside to walk my 13-year-old beagle, Bosco, who is the absolute love of my life. My favorite thing in the world is my 13-year-old beagle. So I walk her, and she tore ACL. And she's limping, and I'm walking her outside. And it, again, like the 98th day in a row, I walk outside. It's just a heat furnace, just blast. The back sweat just starts dripping down already. I mean, literally 3 seconds I'm out the door, the back sweat just starts dripping. And Bosco's sweaty. She's a chubby little beagle. And I'm like, how do you do that? Like, how can I beat this heat? How can I beat this heat? And I remember, like a bolt of lightning comes out of nowhere. Remember back of junior year in high school, and I'm on the football team. I know that's shocking, but it's Connecticut football, so it's not real Texas or Georgia football.
I was on the football team. So
So keep that in mind. This is Connecticut football. But I'm on the team. I'm legit. I'm on the team. And we're practicing, and I guess it was the end of the season. We have our Thanksgiving Day game against our Watertown rival. It's Watertown. And it was freezing. I mean, it was Connecticut cold. Not Montana cold, but it was Connecticut cold.
Yeah. Do you guys have humidity up there?
In the summer, yeah.
Okay.
But it has nothing to do with this story.
Fine.
So I hearken back to this practice, junior year of football. And I grew up in the cold, but this was ridiculously frigid. Like 3 below in November. It was insane. We're out there practicing because it's our rivals. This is the one game of the year you got to win. And our Coach Medvey, he understands what's going on. He's bundled up, of course. He's got a jacket on, and we're, wearing the football uniform. He says, "Gentlemen, I know you're freezing your blanks off right now. This is what you got to do to stay warm." This is a big burly guy, just strong Coach Medvey. And he says, "I want you to think of someplace warm. Think of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, if you ever been there. Think of Jersey Shore in the summer and you're just baking out in the heat. Think about this August when you're mowing the lawn and you're dripping sweat. Think about a warm place, and your mind will warm up your own body." So we do it, and it works. Like, it gets us through this practice. Coach Medvey inspired us to stay warm. On this frigid tundra in Torrington, Connecticut, freezing weather. And we're used to cold weather. It was that cold. But I'm thinking about, Miami Beach. I remember I used to go down to visit my grandparents, and I'd open the car door and sit on the vinyl seats and literally get third-degree burns on my legs because it was so hot in there. That blast of air that comes out of the car. So I was sitting there on the football field thinking of it, and all of a sudden I warm up. I was like, Coach Medvey's wise. Like, what a great mind trick to play on yourself to stay warm. So I'm like, well, this has got to work in reverse. This is me today. I'm like, this has got to work in reverse. So I'm dripping, walking Bosco, and she's taking her time because she's limping, but she's got to go hurry poopies, as Long Ray says. So I'm walking along the back of my house, and I'm thinking of ice cold stuff. Like the walk-in freezer at the restaurant I used to work in. You get really hot in a restaurant, and you just go into the walk-in cooler. You can die in one of them. They're that cold.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking of that. I'm thinking of snowball fights. I'm thinking of, eating popsicles and just anything cool that I can do. And you know what, Longoria?
Didn't work.
That crap doesn't work. And I don't even think it worked back in 1990. Coach Medvey was a horrible football coach. I was just a dumb kid.
That believed anything.
I did. I was very malleable. Why am I bringing this story up today? I want to talk about school because there are like 4 big local stories today, and they all involve schools, and they're all horrible stories. I mean, stuff I don't want to talk about. Middle school teacher accused of inappropriate behavior in a bathroom. A teacher gets carjacked going to a resource officer slamming this teenager down. Like, there's 4 school stories right now, and they're all awful. But I want to talk about school, and I used Coach Medvey as a jump-off spot on that. So we're going to talk about schools. But, Coach Medvey, if you're listening, you fooled the 16-year-old. This 45-year-old, that crap did not work. I'm over this heat. All right, so what do I want to talk about with schools? I want to know the craziest thing that happened in your school. You could have been there. It could have been a year before, whatever. So I'll start. I've got a bunch of them. My freshman year, my guidance counselor, I'm not going to say his name, I don't think yet. Nicest guy. Like jovial, happy. He was always, you know what a guidance counselor does, right, Deb Green? What do? They guide young minds. They shape young minds. Oh, you want to go? They try to. Oh, you want to go to school? Oh, you want to be an auto mechanic? Oh, you want to do this? Nice guy. 3 months into my freshman year of high school, dude gets popped for cocaine possession. The guidance counselor gets popped for cocaine possession. Never see him again. And they never hire a replacement. We never had a guidance counselor, which explains why I'm in radio right now. If I had a non-cokehead guidance counselor or any guidance counselor whatsoever, he would have been like, no, what are you doing? Radio? No. Come on. What are you doing? Come on. Go be a doctor, Aaron. Get out of here. Get out of here. You're going to wind up talking about back sweat on the air? What kind of career choice is that? That's a pretty crazy thing that happened in my school. Also crazy, when I was in high school, you could get smoking passes. You know how you go to the bathroom, you get a pass? Or you get a pass to go to the library, whatever? They had legit smoking passes. If you were 18 years old, you could get out of class and be like, Mrs. Croston, I want to go have a cigarette. And they write passes for that.
Nice.
That's crazy. We were the last year that did it, in 1991, and then 92. It was over. So I want to talk about schools, but I don't want to deal with these horrible stories. So if you have any good school stories, I would like to hear about them. 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. The craziest thing that ever happened at your school. Speaking of, all right, so today was National Radio Day. We flipped the big switch on the 95.5 tower. So we got more coverage, allegedly, metro-wide. And we're giving away free gas. That's still going on at WSBradio.com. You can register there or on the online app. I've been left out of the giveaway portion of this. You know what I'm saying, Longoria?
Yeah. Like you and Clark are the face of it, right?
We're the face of it.
Yeah.
But I don't get to give away any free gas.
Right.
Like Slade does or Erickson or Von Hessler. So I want to do my own Mark Arum Show giveaway.
Okay.
But what I do need, I need an auto mechanic to call in and answer a couple of questions for me. General questions, nothing crazy. I just need a couple of basic questions answered from an auto mechanic before I do my giveaway on the air. Because I'm going to do a personal giveaway. This isn't the station. This is Mark Arum himself giving away something. Because I feel bad. Slade's giving away 10 G's in gas every day or whatever.
10 G's? I don't think it's that much.
All right,
yes.
but like $500 and up. And
Right.
I'm giving nothing away. I feel like I'm letting the listeners down. So I'm going to do my own Mark Arum Show giveaway, but I need an auto mechanic to call 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. I've got a couple of quick questions before I kick off the official Mark Arum Show giveaway. Wesley's in Lilburn. Wesley, craziest thing that happened at your school, buddy?
I went to Parkview High School.
That's home of Frank Coeur, right?
You got that right.
Yeah, buddy.
I went there in the early 80s, and right around the time that I was a freshman, there was still a cow pasture across the street, and several of the seniors back then tried to get one of the cows through the door of the school, but it wouldn't fit.
Oh, no. The cow got stuck in the doorwell?
Well, it didn't get stuck. They were not able to even get it through the door, so they were trying to pull that prank, but that didn't work.
All right. Now, I grew up in the foothills of Connecticut, the Berkshire Mountains, and cow tipping was an actual thing. I never partook, but that was an actual thing. So I can relate to a cow pasture being across the street at Parkview High School in Lilburn. Craziest thing you ever saw in school, and I need an auto mechanic just to answer a couple of quick questions for me. 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk on Twitter and Instagram at Mark Arum. Let's have some fun on the Mark Arum Show. Craziest thing that ever happened in your school. I'm the leader in the clubhouse right now. My guidance counselor in freshman year got busted for cocaine possession. Top that. Crazy school stories. Before we get to the school stories, I want to talk to a mechanic, though. Tony's in Rockmart. Tony, how are you, bud?
Pretty good.
So I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Hypothetically, someone's AC is broken in their car. How much does that cost to repair, generally speaking?
Depends on what it is. I mean, if it's just a compressor, then you got to change that, the dryer, and all kind of stuff, and flush the system. That could cost you $1,000.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah, I paid $1,500 for mine.
$1,500?
Huh?
All right. What I was planning on doing, I was gonna pay for someone's a poor Mark Arum show listener right now that's driving around with their AC broken. I was gonna pay for him to get fixed, but I didn't think it was $1,500.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just buy those little fans. They could put it on their dashboard.
That I
could
put your
afford.
face on it.
If I didn't spend $15,000 on eBay the other day, I might have been able to pull that. I thought it would have been like $500 to fix your.
I mean, if it's just a Freon thing, maybe.
Yeah.
You
but
don't pay for Freon.
But I had to replace my compressor and everything. It was like $1,500.
You said is there Dean as a mechanic as well? Dean, are you a mechanic?
Yes, sir.
Dean, how much to fix an AC, generally speaking? Not worst case scenario, but average.
Average. Well, like he was saying, once certain things happen, it's kind of a domino effect. So, a basic tune-up, you're looking at $150 for a complete system. Of course, this depends on what kind of car you're driving.
Yeah.
A little difference between a Volkswagen and a Mercedes.
Let's say a 2004 Dodge Durango with a Swim Dad sticker on the back. How much are we talking?
You're probably looking to replace everything and charge up somewhere about $1,200-$1,300.
All right, yeah, that contest isn't happening. Sorry to lead you on. I'll come up with something else I can do as a giveaway. I don't have that kind of money. We'll come back. Your craziest school story next. 404-872-0750. This is the Mark Arum Show.
Hey, this is Phil Niekro, inducted in the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1997. You are listening to the Mark Arum Show. What other show would you listen to?
Thanks, Nuxie. Mark Arum back with you for your ride home. Hopefully keeping you entertained till 8 in the p.m. Don't forget, you can register for the free gas giveaway at WSBradio.com. Giving away free gas at 8 a.m., 10 a.m., 4 and 5 p.m. Notice, Deb Green, producer of the Mark Arum Show, no gas giveaways during the 6 to 8 p.m. hour. So I wanted to do a giveaway of my own and fix someone's car AC, but $1,500 Longoria. I don't make Longoria money.
You do not.
So I think we've come up with an idea. I'll tell you about it next hour. I will do a giveaway, a Mark Arum Show giveaway, but it won't be fixing your AC. But it'll help you if you have AC issues. Talking about school stories, like the big three local stories today in Metro Atlanta were all school-related, and they were awful. Inappropriate behavior by a middle school teacher, a fight at a school, and the officer on duty slams this girl into the ground. Awful story. And this woman, an elementary school teacher, gets carjacked at school. Awful story. So I don't want to talk about awful stories. I want to talk about fun stories. Craziest thing that ever happened to you at school. For me, number one was my guidance counselor freshman year getting busted for cocaine. Second thing, it's crazy to think that we used to have smoking passes in high school. What's the craziest thing that ever happened at your school, Longoria? Nothing?
Nothing really.
Nothing. Once you crossed the border, nothing exciting? You stayed to yourself?
Yeah.
Did you have anything crazy happen at your school in Wisconsin?
Not really crazy, but in the winter, sometimes some of the farm kids would go get the payloader and then shove all the snow up to the door. So you'd be either trapped inside or you couldn't get out.
Like that scene in Beautiful Girls when Michael Rappaport.
Poor Beth. Yes, exactly. That's what they would do.
So crazy school stories, 404-872-0750. Amy's in Tucker. Amy, welcome to the Mark Arum Show.
Hey, thanks.
Hello, Amy. What's going on?
Well, your smoking pass thing reminded me of the smoking thing at my school. And this was in Akron, Ohio, where I grew up. And we had a smoking circle. And there was literally on the asphalt in the parking lot a yellow circle painted.
And you could go in the circle to smoke?
And you could go in the circle to smoke.
That's amazing. Well, I was watching, what movie was I watching, or TV show? I was watching Stranger Things, season 3. And the police officer, the chief of police, he's waiting for this girl to have a date. And he's in this fancy Italian restaurant and she's late. Just lights up in the middle of the restaurant. Isn't it? It's so strange to see, but it was so commonplace back in the day.
Right. I mean, and there was a little, it wasn't 7-Eleven, but it was a little, Quick Mart type thing that was on the corner where the school was. And the kids, in high school during lunch, you could go down there and buy cigarettes and then go to the smoking circle.
The circle of shame.
As long as you were in that yellow circle, you could smoke your cigarettes.
How big was this circle, Amy? Was it like 3 by 3 or was this a big circle? I mean, were people crunched in there in the middle?
It was like if you had an above ground pool.
Okay.
So maybe is.
That's a great visual, actually. That was a perfect explanation of how big the circle was, because everyone knows what an above ground pool, the size of that. So, all right. So I was thinking it was like a little tiny thing where they're all like
huddled
together and smoking inside this little tiny circle. Ruth is in Athens. Ruth, welcome to the Mark Arum Show.
Hey, Mark, how you doing?
What's going on, Ruth?
Well, I'll keep this family friendly.
Okay.
My high school principal was caught in his office with his secretary on his desk.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. I guess that's better than a student. You know, he was caught with a student.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, a little bit. She was of age.
We had a Spanish teacher in high school, and she, the rumor was that she would often take male students to Pleasure Town. I don't know. I'm trying to keep it family friendly as well.
We understand what you're saying.
Extra credit.
Yeah. She would keep them late for extra credit. Thank Deb Green. So I remember I was like, well, I'm going to take Spanish. I remember literally switching from Italian to Spanish my senior year. Like, let's see what this is all about. And nothing ever happened. But it wasn't. It was not really. It wasn't frowned upon. But it was like, oh yeah, Mrs. Z will often keep kids for extra credit. So I signed up, maybe because my dad was her boss, or maybe it was the mullet I was rocking, but whatever, it didn't happen. Crazy school stories continue. Tom's in Canton. Tom, craziest thing that happened at your school, buddy?
Oh, one that I was involved in. We took a teacher who everybody had difference of opinion with, took the center bar off at the auditorium between the in and outdoors, took his Volkswagen 67 Beetle in.
No way.
Stayed and put it back.
No way. Did you get in trouble?
As far as I know, you don't know who done it. But
well, now you just admitted to it on the air, Tom.
Well, this is back in high school, and I just retired from the military, so figure the math.
Congratulations. Thanks for your service. There was a movie, School Ties. You remember School Ties with Brendan Fraser, the Jewish quarterback? Yeah. Jews nugget. And they did that. They did that to the French teacher. They took he had like this little frou-frou French car, and they took it apart and then put it back together inside the dorm room.
Did they do that to Real Genius too?
Oh, with Kent's car.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Kent. Chuck reminds me of Kent from Real Genius.
Really?
A little bit.
The one with the braces when they were talking to him with God.
Exactly. You don't think so? I'm kidding. Deborah's up next on the Mark Arum Show. Hey, Deborah.
Hi there.
What's going on?
Okay, so mine's like probably nasty humor to a degree, but that's my kind of humor I like. We had the basketball games in high school, and this was a small high school back in the day in the 80s, mid-80s. And on the girls' basketball team, while they were playing their game, we actually had one of the girls' maxi pad drop out on the floor, for lack of a better way of saying that.
Intentionally? Intentionally?
Yeah, she was playing ball very hard. It wasn't our side. It was the other team. But I still remember to this day that maxi pad hitting the floor in the middle of the game.
Wow.
And back in the day, you have, your principals were going to be men.
Yeah.
Mostly men in charge of the school. So everybody's looking at everybody about who's going to go pick it up.
Deb Green played soccer in high school and once lost her chastity belt on the grass, like going for a score. Very embarrassing, Deb Green. I'm sorry.
For a score.
Sorry, I brought that up. Craziest thing you ever saw in school, 404-872-0750. This is the Mark Arum Show. Before we get back to the craziest school stories, as promised, we're going to do a little, does Alex Williams know this food? Alex Williams from the traffic team, little guy, joins us here. Great guy, but doesn't know food. So here's today's edition of Does Alex Williams Know This Food?
Does Alex Williams know this food?
Does Alex Williams know this food?
Does Alex Williams know this food? That boy don't know what that is.
Here we go, Alex. This one's, I think, simple.
Yeah, that's what you always say.
What are prawns? Prawns. I would like an order of prawns, please.
Oh, gosh, I feel like I've heard of this before.
Yeah, I think so too. Prawns. Take a guess.
Is it a type of nuts?
Oh, come on, man.
It is not a type of nut. That boy didn't know what that was. Randy, you have
Does
that
Alex
cute?
Williams know this
Oh,
food?
I thought we had the little thing with just her.
Oh, I probably do, but I don't have it here.
Prawns, it's just a fancy name for shrimp.
Shrimp?
Yeah.
Why don't they just call it shrimp?
They should. If you meet someone that calls them prawns, don't be friends with that person.
They're probably from Australia or Europe.
Or
so it's not like an American way to say it.
No, it is, but it's just a hoity-toity way to say it. But all right, so Alex Williams did not know this food. Thanks, little guy. 404-8720. Are they nuts? Jesse's in Canton. Jesse, welcome to the program. How are you?
I'm good. Okay, so this is the spring of 1974. It's my senior year in high school. This is up in upstate New York. Now, kids are coming back from spring break, and they're bringing firecrackers and smoke bombs. And we had a study hall just after lunch period, and it was a big, huge cafeteria, and there was this one teacher in there, and kids would light the smoke bombs and light the firecrackers and throw them, and by the time they went off, the teacher had no idea where they were coming from, so it was fun to do. So we had an underclassman decide to make a homemade smoke bomb. He took a lunch bag, a standard-sized lunch bag. His father was into making his own shotgun shells, so he filled it with black gunpowder. And then he brought it into school. And
Real quick, what was the end? What was the end result, Jesse?
The end result is a bomb blew off in my school and blew bricks off the wall.
Oh my goodness!
The window apart. And
that's pretty crazy. That's crazier than my guidance counselor getting busted for cocaine.
The Mark Arum Show is performed before a live studio audience.
No, I want this town to be near you. I stand
Welcome back to the show. To go to Tuesday Eve to you. Mark Arum here. You there at 7:07, 7 minutes after 7 o'clock. This is the Mark Arum Show, heard Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 p.m. on WSB, our new stronger signal WSB. The gang's all here tonight. Deborah Green produces the show. Longoria, back from a day off. Do we want to know where you were? Did you tell us where you were going?
I went to the Heart concert.
That was what you took a day off to go to the Heart concert?
Yep.
Good for you. You deserved it. Low T Chuck screens your calls. We'll mock Longoria about his musical choices later, but I want to get back to the topic at hand. That is crazy school stories. There was like a couple of big local news stories about schools today, including a teacher acting inappropriately, a teacher getting carjacked, and a resource officer slamming a girl into the ground. Like, just bad stories. But I wanted to talk about school because I was reminiscent about my high school football coach. Crazy story when you were in school. For me, it'll probably be my freshman year. 3 months into my freshman year, the guidance counselor for the freshman class got busted for cocaine possession, and we never had a guidance counselor after that. What's the craziest thing that happened at your school? 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB-TALK. Ronnie joins us on the Mark Arum Show. Hello, Ronnie.
How you doing? I used to live out on Long Island, and we had some crazy people work in our schools. And one guy decided to put M80s into the toilets and flush them. So we were in school, and they exploded because they're waterproof, and they blew the whole toilet bowl apart, and we had about 6 inches of water in the hole downstairs, and we were upstairs, so we came down, and the whole downstairs was flooded. The whole school had to be evacuated.
Now, you're supposed to use cherry bombs for that, I believe, not M80s. Like, if you want to do that, not that you should try that at home, kids, but I think we used cherry bombs in school to do that, not M80s. That's too much. I remember the first time...
He blew the toilet bowls apart.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Totally blown apart.
I remember the first time I ever experienced M80s with my buddy Phil. I'm assuming, Chuck, in Montana... that M80s were a way of life for you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was, I mean, you probably you were, instead of a pacifier, you were sucking on an M80 in your crib.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because there's so many Indian reservations in the state of Montana. You can get a lot of what they were considered illegal fireworks.
Yeah.
And they'll say their M80s were better than the ones that we could get.
For a month, so one summer, I don't know how old we were, maybe 12. All we did for a month was blow stuff up with M80s. I don't know where Phil got like a case of them.
Yeah.
And we were like, literally, we'd brainstorm, right? What can we blow up today? Yeah. Oh, the neighbor's garbage can. Oh, a pumpkin. Oh, like just
everything.
Crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, those things, I mean, if you're a kid, there's nothing more exciting than having an M80 in your possession. It's like you are Bruce Lee.
Did you ever watch the movie called Support Your Local Sheriff?
Mm-mm.
Okay. It was, I forgot the actor's name now. But anyway, there's a scene in there where they're fishing with dynamite, and he just throws dynamite on and blows. We were convinced that was going to work. And so we were down at the river throwing M80s in the river trying to fish. Of course, it never worked.
Yeah.
And I told my dad, he goes downstairs, he goes, that's because you need one of these. And he had a half case of dynamite that they used to use to blow up ice jams on the river in the wintertime. He's like, because
you just kept that in the house.
Yeah, he's like, you don't have strong enough stuff. He's like, you got to use this.
Did he give it to you?
No, of
all
course
right,
not.
good.
I mean, I wanted him to, but
I was going to call DFAX on him 30 years later.
It's a little late.
Chris joins us on the Mark Arum Show. Chris, craziest thing that happened when you were in school?
Oh, man. Well, hey, I've got to give you props, one, on your show, and props, two, on working for a great company. But we'll keep my name. My name's Bob.
Okay, Bob.
Smith. Okay, thank you. So back in 11th grade, which is back in the early 90s, somebody gave my science teacher some hallucinogenics in his coffee.
No
walking by
way.
And just dropping it in.
Are you? Well, give me a background on the teacher. Like, was this like an old straight-laced kind of teacher? What was the teacher like?
Well, I mean, back in our day, most of our teachers were from the 60s, so he might have had it before. We never know. But
so what happened?
Down to it. We had a very interesting class that day.
I can
I'd say about 30 minutes into it, he started going off on a tangent about butterflies and flowers. And
oh, my God.
And we noticed the person who actually did it was just giggling away in the back. I don't know if he had also partaken in whatever they
I think I'm trying to think of the most deviant of deviants that I went to school with. Like the worst of the worst. They wouldn't even have gone that far. Dropping acid in a teacher's coffee. That's
another level.
I don't know whether to be appalled or just impressed that level of deviance existed. That's insane. Don't do that to me, Chuck. That's why I never have Chuck get my coffee.
I might slip you a mushroom or something.
That's why I have Alex Williams get my coffee. 404-872-0750 1-800-WSB Talk.
It's time for Would You Rather with Lil Sanjay.
He's the guru, the sooth seeker, the truth seeker, the asker of unanswerable questions. He is Big Sanjay. He joins us on the Mark Arum Show. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing very well. Just got back from soccer practice, Ty, and we are hot.
Speak into the phone if you don't mind.
Oh, sorry about that. Is this better?
A little bit, yeah. Are you under the covers? What are you doing?
I'm in the kitchen. Is this better?
Yeah, much better. All right.
Okay.
Sanjay's going to ask us unanswerable questions. We're going to answer them in studio. Please play along in your car. First question, Sanjay.
All right. Would you rather never have to brush or floss ever again and have fresh breath and perfect teeth, or never have to shave or get your hair cut, but always look perfectly groomed?
Never shave and never get a haircut. I shave every morning, and I'm so looking forward to retirement when I can grow one of those Alan Hunt beards. I never want to shave again.
Never shave.
Yeah. Chuck?
The teeth thing, man. I have a beard and I shave my head. It's not that hard.
You're all right with it.
It takes me 4 seconds.
Longoria?
What was the question? I didn't hear the question. I'm sorry.
You can either, you tell it, Sanjay.
Okay, would you rather never have to brush or floss ever again and have fresh breath and perfect teeth, or never have to shave or get your hair cut again and look perfectly groomed?
Brush my teeth.
I enjoy brushing my teeth, though. I understand I'll still have a minty, fresh breath.
Yeah.
But that's the one benefit of my schedule. So I brush my teeth a minimum of 4 times a day. I enjoy the ritual of cleaning and feeling the good, fresh, clean, just in case. Yeah, I like it. All right, next question, Sanjay.
All right, would you rather speak 2 new languages of your choice fluently, or 15 random new languages fluently?
Oh.
15 random?
Random, but they could be like, Swahili or something that's not going to be beneficial, right?
Correct.
How many countries are there? 317?
I was going to say, how many individual
If I told you how many languages there were, I think it would skew the answer.
Yeah, there's like 5,000 languages. I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to go conservative and say pick 2. I'll pick Japanese, because mine got mad that I didn't choose that last time, and Spanish. She's like, you wouldn't want to learn Japanese? What's Mandarin? What are you going to do with Mandarin? You can't talk to my mom in Mandarin?
You already speak Spanish in Japan anyway.
Yeah, that's true. I do speak Spanish in Japan.
That's right.
I'm going 2 languages that I choose.
I'll take 15 random so I can just yell at people.
Yeah, and different stuff.
Yes.
You might luck out. You might get
I
some
already
good
know
stuff.
like 2.5, so I'll take 15 more.
Exactly. 2 languages or 15 random.
Yeah, I want to go 15.
Just see what you get?
Yeah, just
roll the
what
dice.
the heck.
All right, Longoria, to speak 2 languages. You pick the language, or 15 random languages.
15 random languages.
I would love for that actually to happen.
Oh, it'd be great.
I want to just see what, you know what? There's a random, go to random.org, Deb Green. She hates me right now.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not doing that on
very
my
tense.
I want you to go to random.org, and you can go there and you just put a list, and you randomize the list however many times. Get all the languages in the world.
Okay.
During the news break, randomize them, and we'll see what the top 15 are.
Okay.
So we'll see what everyone
Okay.
speaks. That'll be fun. All right. Next question, Sanjay.
All right, now to some goofy ones. Would you rather?
Now they're goofy. Yeah.
Yeah, now they're goofy. Would you rather smell like number 2 all of the time, or smell number 2 all of the time?
My number 2 or Chuck's number 2? 'Cause that's a big.
Just number 2 in general.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'm going to smell my number 2 all the time. I'm okay with that. I don't want to stink like number 2, but I sometimes. Well, I'm just going to leave it there.
But it's your number 2.
Understood, but I don't want people don't like the way my number 2 smells, and I feel bad for people that have that odor. That's just bad. So I don't want to be that guy. So I'll always smell my number 2. Do you want to pass on this, Deb?
I had to go use the bathroom earlier, and I could not stand it. So,
Really?
oh God, my throat hurt. My eyes
wow.
were-
Jeez.
And this is the ladies' individual
Yeah.
bathroom. That's how bad it was.
Oh, really?
Yes. So I think I will just
What time of the day was this?
Yeah, let's narrow
just
this
before
down.
the show.
All right, so
Yeah.
let's go 5. Pull the
Yeah,
videotape.
like 5:30ish, right?
All right, we're going to pull the videotape and see who
It
was in there
hurt,
before
it
you.
physically hurt.
All right, fair
Wow.
enough. Chuck.
Yeah, I feel really bad for people that smell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know that they don't.
Exactly.
You can't tell. I would much rather smell me all day.
Yeah.
No matter how bad it is.
You smell number 2 all day.
Yeah, I'll smell mine.
Yeah, all right. That was a little wonky, but that's all right, Sanjay. What's the next question?
All right, on the same wavelength, unfortunately. Would you rather, on a public toilet, sit on a very ice-cold toilet seat, or a slightly warm toilet
Ice
seat?
cold. Nothing grosses me out more than a warm toilet seat in public. I cannot stay. I know when I follow Steve Craig every morning, I'm like, oh, Craig's been here. He beat me to it again. I hate warm toilet seats
Ice
in
cold.
public.
Ice cold.
Yeah, ice
I'm
cold, that's
saying-
fine. I've got a firm tushy.
Obviously, guys do not know the hover method, so ice cold is fine.
We're too lazy to hover. There's no way.
It's too much work.
That's
There'd
like
be a-
exercise.
too much work.
There'd be
Yeah.
a huge accident waiting to happen.
Chuck, what do you do? Cold or warm?
Oh, cold.
Absolutely.
Yeah, especially in public.
Longoria?
Cold.
Oh, all right.
I'm sorry. I didn't know I was.
Yeah, you're up. We go.
Cold.
We go.
Cold. Yeah, I know. You just stopped.
And you know what? If it's really cold, I can just do what Coach Medvey taught me in high school and just think
just
of
think about
a nice
Hawaii,
Think of you
warm
sitting on the
warm
sand.
places.
Hawaii. Oh, I can't believe I fell for that. You got one more, Sanjay?
I do. Would you rather feel hungry all of the time or tired all of the time?
I feel both all the time. There's a guy, Brett Rosner. He works on the digital desk at Channel 2. He's a great guy. We're all going to work for him one day. I'm convinced. He's amazing. And every morning he's like, hey, how are you? He's like so chipper at 4 a.m. And every morning I reply, tired and hungry. Every morning. So I'm always tired and hungry. I would always rather feel tired because hunger pains are tougher to deal with than being sleepy. So that's my guess. Deb doesn't eat, though.
I'm never hungry.
Do you sleep?
Barely.
Yeah.
Like 4 hours.
Do you feel tired all the time, though?
It comes in waves, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah. I guess I'll be hungry.
Hungry
That's
all the
fine.
time?
Yeah.
You're never hungry anyway.
Exactly.
Chuck, tired all the time or hungry all the time?
I already don't like eating because I get hungry. I can't deal with hunger. It frustrates me. I get very mad. So I'd much rather be tired. I can overcome that. The
You get
hunger
frustrated
thing,
at being hungry?
yeah,
Hungry?
like and then I get irritated because I have to eat again, and it's this whole thing.
But you don't like eating.
I know.
You have to make something, and then the
Right,
process
see-
of eating it. Then you got to clean up.
Are you
Right.
food insecure?
No. I got it. Just the hunger pains make me. I get irritable.
Yeah.
and I can overcome being tired.
Gotcha.
Being hungry, I'd be cranky.
You get to sleep for 2 hours between 6 and 8 p.m. every
That's
day.
fantastic.
You should be well rested.
That's what I'm saying. I can overcome the
All right.
tiredness.
Longoria, always tired or always hungry?
Well, I'm always tired, but my weight, I can't be hungry. There's no way I can do that.
Jeez.
So I'm gonna have to go tired all the time.
I've found the heavier I get, the more hungry I get.
Of course.
Yeah.
There's more room.
All right. Well, I think Sanjay did all right today, guys. That was very good. A couple of duty questions in there to appeal to the less refined audience. Sanjay, do you know what prawns are?
Yes, of course
Yeah.
I know what prawns
All
are.
right, good. Just wanted to check. Sanjay is the official accountant of the Mark Arum Show. Check him out on Facebook. It's Brass Tax Accounting. Great job, Sanjay. We'll talk to you on Thursday.
You bet.
All right, buddy. Oh, I should ask Sanjay craziest thing at his... He's from Alabama. I bet he's seen some crazy stuff. Craziest thing you ever saw at school, 404-872-0750. This is the Mark Arum Show. Welcome back to the show. Still 90 blanking degrees on Peachtree Street. 8.5 on the Mark Arum Show sweat meter. Patrick joins us on the program. Patrick, craziest thing that you ever happened in school, buddy?
We had 2 bomb threats called in within a month.
Oh, wow. How long ago was this?
This was probably back, I think, in 96 or 97.
Interesting. So I'm about that age, but we never had bomb threats. We had, people would pull the fire alarms all the time, that kind of stuff. But did you ever have any bomb threats when you were in school, Longoria?
No.
Deb, in Wisconsin, bomb threats?
No.
Yeah, no. It's a whole new world out there. Shane's in Decatur where it's greater. Shane, craziest thing that happened to you at school?
Hey, Mark. Thanks for taking my story.
What's up, buddy?
Well, this is a little bit local. I'll say Lilburn area.
Okay.
95. I'm a sophomore. We had a 9th grade teacher who looked pretty nice, but it was a brick house as far as the body is concerned.
Understood.
And so one day at science class, my really good friend, still to this day, turns to me with a page ripped out of a magazine that had a 900 number on it.
No.
And he said, do you think this looks like her? And I go, no, that is her.
No way.
And he made a mistake of letting go of the paper because I didn't care at the time. I just started turning to everybody in class.
Shane, how long ago was this?
This is 95.
I'm trying to see if she's aged out of my demo. All right, I was going to put you on hold and get some info from you about the teacher, but that's crazy. I had no teacher that would ever have been eligible for a 900 number, unless you're into some really crazy stuff. Speaking of crazy stuff, Jennifer Griffey is going to tell us the craziest thing she ever saw in school, plus your school stories. When we come back, 404-872-0750 on Twitter and Instagram at Mark Arum. What do you know? It's the Mark Arum Show.
Hi, everybody. This is Zoe Saldana, and you're listening to the Mark Arum Show.
He packed in the animals 2 by 2, ox, a camel, and a kangaroo. Packed him in that ox so tight, I couldn't get no sleep that night. Rolling Stone, Shep and Ham, tell them about God's master plan. Oh, my Lord, Lord, Lord.
Welcome back to the show through 736, still 90 freaking degrees on Peachtree Street. I was just talking to Deb Green during the break. Something's up today. Chuck's like the happiest guy on the cast, and Longoria and Deb are like all mopey. Why are you guys mopey?
I don't feel like I'm mopey.
Am I making you work on a Mexican holiday or something?
No. I'm dealing with all your podcast crap.
Oh, all right. But everything's okay? You're okay, Deb? You're
I'm just
all right?
trying to do like 2 or 3 things at the same time.
All right.
I'm not doing anything.
When Chuck's the happiest guy here, something's amiss. I mean, I love jovial Chuck.
I'll be happy tomorrow.
All right, good. She's always happy. Jennifer Griffey's joins us in the WSB 24-hour news center. Jennifer, we're talking about crazy school stories. When I was a freshman in high school, our guidance counselor got popped for cocaine possession. You went to school here in Georgia. What was the craziest thing you ever saw in school?
It was when I was in junior college, and it was a small college up in North Georgia, and it sounds kind of cheesy, but my dad owned a novelty company called Jerry's Jokes, so I got to test all of his pranks and stuff. So it was during finals, and I took a smoke bomb, a stink bomb, and let it off in the library, and the whole library was evacuated, and nobody ever knew I did it.
Well, until now. How long have we worked together? How long have you been here?
17 years.
And I just found out your dad owned a freaking novelty store?
Oh, it was great.
That's amazing. Like, what better profession do you want your dad to have than a joke store? That's crazy.
It was awesome.
Why don't you have a sense of humor then?
Oh, wow. Because I work with you, maybe.
Jennifer, Idaho. No,
Idaho.
there you go. Thank you, Jennifer. All right. That's pretty. I can't believe that's amazing. Her dad owned a joke store. You'd think she'd be a happier person.
That's probably why she's not.
She's just angry because her dad was always messing with her. Like those hand buzzers. Yeah. Come here and hug daddy. Man.
Are you crazy?
Robert's in Stone Mountain. Robert, craziest thing you ever saw in school, buddy?
All right. When I was a freshman in college, major school in Indiana,
we had this dormitory, which was a quadrangle that had 4 buildings. It was connected underneath with tunnels, but up inside the square, they had a walkway, a concrete walkway. You could walk all the way around, or you could crisscross.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the coldest day in winter, every year, we had what they called Nude Olympics. Everybody that participated would get drunk as a skunk, and whoever could make the most laps would win whatever was collected.
Like totally naked Olympics. You were
totally naked. Only thing they were allowed to wear was shoes.
Wow. How long ago was this, Robert?
77 when my first year.
So this is pre the whole grooming thing that hit in the 90s.
Well, it was pretty interesting. The year that I was saw this was the first time a female entered, and she wanted to win it.
Well, I would imagine, yeah. That's I'm glad that did not happen in my college. Here, I just thought of something that did happen in college though. I had a buddy, Rocky. That was his real name. His real name is Chris McCauley, but we called him Rocky because he looked like Rocky Dennis from The Mask. You remember that movie?
Oh, geez.
Yeah, not the best nickname. Yeah, not the. He threw a whole bed out of the 6th floor window out of Champagne onto the Breezeway overpass, and they couldn't figure it out, like where it came from. I'm like, just do a bed check. Go into every dorm room. Who's short a bed? And he never got in trouble. He had to sleep in a sleeping bag the rest of the year, but he never got in trouble.
He just threw it out
the window. Whole bed frame and all, metal bed frame, smashed onto the Breezeway overpass over thing. It was crazy. But that was Rocky. Ensley's up next to the Mark Arum Show. Hello, Ensley.
What's up, Mark? How you doing, man?
Excellent. What's cooking?
Okay, so I went to school around here in the metro Atlanta area, and, a lot of crazy different things happened at school, but by far the craziest thing that ever happened was my freshman year of high school. We have this little walkway where the chorus room and the band room and, like, the auditorium, they connect to a separate building through a walkway.
Mm-hmm.
And this kid was walking in front of me, and he kicked, like, the door that was made out of glass. It had, like, a glass in the center of it. It was closing on him. So instead of grabbing it to push it open, he kicks it with his leg, and his whole leg goes through the glass. And then instead of staying there, he rips his leg right out, and you know what happened.
He got all cut up?
He was squirting.
All right. Ensley, I love you, but I got a Popeye's chicken sandwich on the way. I can't ruin my appetite. I'm very excited by this, by the way. So Randy from the Digital Desk, she hosts a podcast called Black, Educated, and Broke.
Yeah.
And the little Maya Poo, as she calls her, she's actually on her way with Chick-fil-A or Popeye's chicken sandwiches for me.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm very excited. Would you sample it, Deb?
No.
Longoria, will you have some with me?
Sure. All
right. I got a regular and a spicy coming because everyone's talking about this chicken sandwich.
It's a Twitter war right now.
Yeah, it's huge. Speaking of huge, all right, so Deb Green during the break, you guys in the Would You Rather segment chose the 15 random languages. You want to know what languages you picked?
Sure. Yeah.
You got chosen? All right, so
yeah, definitely.
Deb went to random.org, entered all the languages in the world, and you guys actually did pretty well. So these are these are the 15 languages you now know. Javanese?
I think it's Javanese. Island of Java.
All right.
Nice.
So, Javanese. Sudanese.
Okay.
Could come in handy someday. Dutch. That's pretty good.
Nice.
Fula.
That one.
F-U-L-A. I don't know, but you know it now.
All right.
Czech. That's solid.
Yeah.
Bengali. I don't know.
That's Indian, right?
Oh,
I
yeah.
believe it's an Indian
you
language.
can talk to Sanjay's grandparents.
There you go.
Turkish.
Okay.
Pretty good when you're in a Turkish prison, Chuck. Swedish. Pashto, which I think is Pashtun, like Afghanistan, maybe.
Yeah.
Uzbek.
Nice.
Uzbekistan.
Like it.
Yeah, you could totally get hired by the CIA.
Yeah.
Thai. That's very helpful in Thai restaurants. Persian.
Wow.
That's very good.
Yeah.
You could talk to Manny in sales.
Absolutely.
He speaks Persian. Hakka. I don't know what Hakka
That
is.
one is, it says, Sino-Tibetan around China.
All right. Not a lot of folks that speak Hakka, but if you're in the neighborhood, you can get by. Moroccan spoken Arabic.
I guess there's different Moroccans.
Yeah. Moroccan spoken Arabic. And the 15th language you've learned, Portuguese.
All right.
Yeah.
Portuguese is...
I could say I like cheese in like 3 of those.
That's really?
Yeah.
Nice.
In Uzbek and Hakka?
In Dutch, in Swedish, and in Portuguese, I think.
But
yeah.
you don't even like cheese.
What do you do? Wisconsin girl.
Oh, all right. I don't see
That's
eat
all she
cheese
eats
ever.
is cheese.
Really?
I tried to give you some Wisconsin cheese,
How do
and you
I-
said no.
All right, find out in Persian.
I'll take it.
How do I say I want a burrito, not an enchilada in Persian?
There's no translation.
There's no translation.
All right. Bryant's in Marietta. Bryant, craziest thing you saw in school, my friend?
All right, so same kid, 2 stories. 9th grade, we had this real anal teacher. This is pre the proliferation of cell phones in all classes. So the teacher gave us this long speech about not having your watch go off in class. And so this kid a few weeks later snuck a watch that went off during our class up into a ceiling tile. And so, the teacher would be going around, like, checking people's bags, like, all this stuff, when it would go off during our class. And we'd all just be laughing, and no one ever got in trouble. He found it a few weeks later.
Yeah.
Fast forward to senior year, we had this teacher that was easy to pick on. He sneaks a fart machine up in his ceiling tile.
Machine, not a whoopee cushion, but an actual machine.
Yes, and so he passed the buttons around to other classes, and so every class had an opportunity to push the button, and this went on for months. At the end of the year, the teacher finally figured it out, got it down, and had a ceremony during every class where he took a hammer to the fart machine to, like, prove his point that he found it.
The ironic thing is, I bet your buddy bought the fart machine from Jennifer Griffey's dad.
This was in Florida, sadly.
At the store. Well, he might have shipped nationwide. I can't believe her dad owned a joke store. She should be a totally different person than she is, right?
She should, yes.
She should be a circus clown or something. She shouldn't be so angry.
She kind of is.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go. Russ is in Gainesville.
Ross, come here a minute. I want to talk.
How are you, my friend?
Hey, buddy. First, let me ask you something. Why didn't somebody tell me your transmitter was in Gainesville? I would have went and climbed the thing.
Well, that's why we didn't tell you. We didn't want you climbing anywhere.
Because, Flowery Branch is Gainesville.
Allegedly. Yeah. So, Russ, in your long scholastic career, what's the craziest thing you ever saw, buddy?
I don't know. I was trying to think something. I mean, I dated a couple of the teachers.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I was 19, and I was still in high school. And the art teacher, she was 19, so, we messed around a little.
Really?
Another teacher.
This was in the 70s?
No, it was, it'd be 79 when I graduated.
All right. Yeah, again, rumor was that the Spanish teacher was calling male students in for extra credit, but I never concretely found that to be true or not. But I do not doubt that you made nookie with the art teacher. I have no doubt about that.
Yeah, she filled in the regular teacher.
Yeah.
Left on maternity leave, and they brought this young girl in. So, naturally.
That's why Russ always gets very excited anyone opens a box of Crayolas. Reminds him of his art teacher.
Play-Doh, whatever.
In 6th grade. Anyway, any females with you right now? Are you single? What's the deal?
No, I kind of still messing around with Corrali. I took her home a little while ago.
She's been around a while, Chuck. Chuck, I call you. Russ, sorry. She's been a while.
Yeah, I've been messing with her for a couple of years now, but we don't stay steady.
Listen, no one, no one woman is going to lock down Russ in Gainesville. No one woman. But hey, I appreciate you not sending any more inappropriate pictures. That's good.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yeah, no, thank you. I mean, appropriate ones are fine. We're getting a whole new email system now, and I just don't want to,
I got you.
Yeah. But listen, I appreciate it, and I want you to call in and keep us posted. All right.
I will.
All right, there you go. Russ in Gainesville. I think he's got a steady now. Corrali's been around a while. You think she's just too hot for him to go out and prowl,
Yeah.
Did we see a picture of that one?
Yeah, Corrali. Yeah.
I
She's
don't remember
Spanish looking.
her name.
Spanish
Is that the
looking?
Puerto Rican one?
Yeah.
Yes, that doesn't speak Spanish.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Doesn't speak Belinda
But
Spanish.
I picture Russ. I picture as like a lion in the jungle, and he looks. He cruises the prairie looking for, but it's just too hot.
The Little Caesars.
So when it's too hot, exactly the prairie that is Gainesville.
Yeah.
But it's so hot, he's like, I'm just gonna hang under this tree. I'm gonna wait this heat out. I got Corrali over here. Well, I think once we hit fall, we're gonna see the lion get out again. The lion on the prowl. That's the way I envision Russ up in Gainesville. Max is up next to the Mark Arum Show. Hello, Max.
Hey, Mark. Get a few stories about my brother's car.
All right, real quick though.
Number one, we used to turn it sideways. Then the principal lived 2 houses up from us, across the street from us, our high school principal. So me and a buddy of mine, we used to play pranks on my brother all the time. We would crib up. My friend's dad owned a construction company, and while my principal was out of town, we put those I-beams across his pool and parked my brother's car on those I-beams.
Oh my God, that seems. I'm too lazy to do a prank like that. Pranks got to be easy for me. That's too many steps. I-beams and moving cars. No.
I don't want to have an engineering degree.
Yeah,
to try
exactly.
To pull
And too much can go wrong there. Too much can go wrong. All right, we got one segment to go. Craziest thing you ever saw in school on Twitter and Instagram at Mark Arum. Oh, Popeyes is here. Popeyes is here a little bit. All right, I'm going to eat Popeyes. I'll give you my review when we come back. This is the Mark Arum Show.
Weekday mornings, 4:30 till 9.
On 95.5. Can you talk?
Oh, wow. So we just got the delivery of the Popeyes chicken sandwiches in studio from a little bit. That's a game-changing sandwich, folks. And this was delivered. This wasn't fresh out the box. This was like a 15-minute drive. That's a game-changer chicken sandwich. Chuck, you've just been mentioning it during the break. We just got them delivered. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, they're good.
Really good.
Yeah.
That spicy's too spicy for me, but if you like spicy food, that's good. The regular, have you tried it yet, Longoria?
I have not gotten to.
Well, get in there, man.
I'm trying to do this.
All right.
But it smells good.
It smells good. They're really good.
That's a game-changing sandwich, my friends. Yeah. Unbelievable. Wow. Randy, get in here. She's not coming in. Randy, come on, real quick. Oh, that's not Randy. Wow, racist Arum.
Yeah, come on, Arum.
Racist Arum. Yeah, Randy. Did you try the Popeyes chicken sandwich, Ronnie? It's a game changer.
Yeah, I came looking for the sandwich.
Here, you can have the rest of this spicy one because it's too hot for me. Oh my God. All right, I'll go a full review tomorrow with Johnny Cabasa.
Lost 10 cool points.
But OMG, yeah. There you go. Eat that. That's crazy. All right, I can't even get to the calls. Let's do star of the show.
And now, are you guys ready
It's the review
for the
from
Mark
Veronica
Arum
Waters.
Star of the show?
Good, right? That is succulent. From the horse's mouth. Succulent. I'm going to give Longoria the star of the show. Chin up, buddy. I want you in a better mood tomorrow. We love you. We need you.
Okay.
Enjoy that chicken sandwich. That's a game changer. Good job, Popeyes. On Twitter and Instagram, at Mark Arum. Facebook, Mark Arum WSB. In the meantime, go to sleep, little baby.
You and me and the devil makes three. Don't need no other loving, baby. Go to sleep, you little baby.